Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Let's talk about Rich Paul saying that ranking LeBron James number two in history, in the history of the NBA, that's an insult. Like, that's a privilege, man. Imagine if somebody's like, oh, you insulted somebody by ranking him number two. So Stephen A. Smith, he had his issues with that when talking to Rich Paul, and this is what Stephen A. had to say to Rich Paul.
They're awful.
If you know, Stephen A. have Jordan number one, only ahead of LeBron. Stephen A. has LeBron number two over Kareem and everybody else. Yet Rich Paul thinks that's an insult. On my list, LeBron is not even number two. So the fact Stephen A. and others have him number two, that's a big thing. But that's insulting to LeBron because, oh no, LeBron cannot be number two. That's impossible. He has to be number one. So this is what Stephen A. Smith had to say to Rich Paul. So Stephen A. Smith said to Rich Paul, I got him ahead of Kareem. I got him behind no one but Michael Jordan. And I said to Mr. Chirper himself, speaking to Rich Paul, you act like that's an insult. Being that Rich Paul said it was an insult to have LeBron number two, and then Stephen A. said to his face, get the F out of here. And the conversation was over, basically. So Stephen A. Smith told Rich Paul, get the F out of here because he's tweaking. How can you feel disrespected by somebody placing LeBron number two in the history of the NBA? At least he's in the top 10. Now, if Stephen A. had LeBron outside of the top 10, then you could be like, that is super disrespectful. And you could feel a way about that. But the man have him number two in history, ahead of Larry Bird, Magic, Kobe, Kareem, the list goes on and on. But yet, because obviously Rich Paul and LeBron are boys, that's his dude, they're best buddies, he's going to say that's insulting. Man, get out of here with that. And this is a typical LeBron fanboy. This is how they act, man. You cannot have LeBron anything less than number one. Even though on my list, he's number 4 or 5. Jordan is number 1 on my list. Kobe's number 2. Kareem's number 3. LeBron is number 4. And Magic is number 5. Or Magic is number 4. However you want to flip that. That's not an insult, man. The guy's in the top 5. But yeah, man, this is normal, Anyone who thinks LeBron should be ahead of Jordan is on drugs. I'm sorry. LeBron should never be ahead of Jordan. I'm sorry. Or Kareem for that matter. Or Kobe. Even though most will have him ahead of Kobe. I don't know why. You know how that goes. Yeah, so Stephen A. told Rich Paul, get out of here. Get out of my face. LeBron is number 2 behind MJ. And that's how it's going to be. A while back, Rich Paul said LeBron faced more obstacles than Jordan. And that's cap. That's the biggest BS. LeBron faced more obstacles than Jordan. The man created his own super team multiple times. LeBron had the best team in the East and in the NBA from a talent perspective. Yes, he underachieved. Even though he's still top 5, he underachieved. He had the best team in the NBA from a talent perspective. They were stacked all the way to the top. Him, D-Wade, Bosh, Ray Allen, the list goes on and on. Yet Rich Paul said that he faced more obstacles. Like what? Oh, he's going to say Golden State, that's the obstacle. Oh, he faced Golden State with Kevin Durant on the team, so he faced more obstacles than MJ, and that's bull. On top of that, Rich Paul stated that if the GOAT debate is about rings, then Bill Russell should be number 1. And a lot of time when they have debates and, situation, they always use this to diminish Jordan's greatness because they know LeBron can't win with rings, so they'll use that argument to put Bill Russell ahead of MJ. That, they'll do stuff like that. If it's about rings, then it should be Bill Russell, yada, yada, yada. But if you look at all the accolades, Bill Russell can't even compare to Michael Jordan. No disrespect to Bill Russell. I'm just saying. If we look at all, accolades, beyond rings accolades, it's not even close. But they always do this when it comes to MJ. They'll find ways, loopholes, they're trying to find little things to diminish Michael Jordan so LeBron could have a chance. And we all know it's not even close, man. MJ sits by himself. But You would expect his friend, one of his best friends, to stick up for him and say he's the GOAT. That's understandable. That's his boy. Does that mean that what he's saying makes sense or is true? No. But that's what he's going to do. I mean, that's his boy, Clutch Sports. I understand, even though it's all bull. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy. It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.